you for joining me today. Today, we're going to be talking about how to create a Facebook event for your parties and a few tips on how to do so. So, first thing first, here is my Facebook. So, I'm going to go ahead and click on events. And then, once this pulls up, maybe, there we go. I click create event. Now, first thing, you want to make sure that you create a private event. The reason being is sometimes you're going to have hostesses that don't want everyone to know about the event. And so if you create a private event, only those who are invited will be able to see the event. Um, no one, it'll come up in their feeds if they're invited, but if they're not invited, they don't even know that it's happening. And so that helps with like family members or kids or people from like work or church that she doesn't want to know. So you can reassure her that with the private event that you create for her, only her friends that are being invited know. So the first thing we want to do is we want to upload a photo. Now I have a whole big batch of photos here, cover photos, and I get all of these from the COO. And so I'm going to go here. I'm making a fall party. This is a November party, so I'm going to choose one of the new fall um, events or cover photos. And then I always do the name of the person and ladies' night in, and that's totally up to you how you did it. I used to do pure romance ladies' night in, and then when the Facebook craziness happened this year, I kind of took it out just in case. I haven't seen any problems with putting pure romance in the title now, but I've still just gone back to just the name and ladies' night in. And then I'm going to put the location of the party. And most of the time, it's going to come up on Facebook. Facebook will find the location for you. Every once in a while, it doesn't recognize it. It's just, it's just going off of um, the GPS, like on your phones. So sometimes when it is a like out in the middle of nowhere place, it won't come up. Most of the time, it does come up so that when someone clicks on it from the party, it can actually pull up directions for them. And then I pick the date of the party and I put the start time in. I never put an end time in there, um, because the party goes until the party goes for me. And that again, that's personal preference though. Now I've copied in a description. I am going to post different examples of descriptions for you guys to post on there. One tip: a lot of times people don't read these. So my second post in the event, a few days after I've created it and people have started to be invited, is that I copy this and I then post this with some fun picture. Now I go in here and if you can't make it to when it's two hostesses like this, I'll just kind of simplify things. If you can't make it to the party, huge bummer. Here is Elizabeth, and I know I spelled that wrong. Catherine's party link. So if you're wondering how do you get the party link, in that party that we created earlier, we go into the party shopping link, click copy, and it is going to copy it for you. And then I just paste it right in there. Um, Guests can invite friends. That's a big, really important one that you want to make sure that they can invite people. So friends inviting friends, the more the merrier. And then I always do show guest list and then create event. So now I'm going to go ahead and create the event. And it's going to load for me and then pull up the event. Now, here's the thing that I used to not do, and now it's working fabulously for me. I used to put my hostesses in as a co host in the party. I do not do that anymore because with a co host, she can change or cancel the event without talking to you. And then if she cancels the event and she just deletes it instead of, talking to you, that party's gone. where if she does not have access to cancel the party on Facebook and she decides to cancel it, I can still go on and add her friends. I can go in and post about someone taking over the party. I still have control over it, so that party isn't just completely gone. So at least I can get, if a party cancels, I can try and get a few extra clients or maybe someone to take over that party. So I just go in and I click invite, and once it loads, guess we're having a slow loading day today. There we go. I'm going to invite her and the other hostess, and then I send invites. Now here's the deal. I am only going to, I do this and then I watch it for about 24 hours. And if the hostesses haven't clicked going and starting inviting people within 24 hours, I am contacting her and saying, hey, what's going on? Did you see the Facebook event? That first message, I kind of, I'm going to message her and see if she saw it. But for me, statistically, if they have not accepted the party request within 24 hours, the party is probably not going to happen. And so her not accepting this invite is a big red flag for you. To help you host this coaching, make sure if it is getting canceled, it's going to cancel early so that you can book over that party. Now, here's a little tip that I do. I go in to my events and I create an event that is just a blank event. So right here, ladies night in, has no cover photo. It's got a date, a month or two out. It has my about section in there with just blanks for the hostess in there. And what I do is I click on these three circles and it says duplicate event. When I click on that, it's going to create or start to create another event. So there, again, there's another blank one. I click create event. And what this does is this just duplicates this blank event. So when I go into the parties where it says hosting, when I click on hosting, it pulls up all the parties that I'm hosting. All of these blank events are just going to be in there. And if you're like, Annalicia, why are you doing this? Here's the deal. So here's blank events for me. So when I actually need to go in and create an event, I don't have to create it from scratch. It is there, a blank event, like a little cookie cutter event. I can go into edit, and that's where I would add the cover photo, put the names in, add a location, the actual date, and then I click save, and it is created for me. So I'm not constantly having to look up the wording that I want, the title that I want. It is just there, and it is going to save you time if you just create these blank events for yourself. Okay. If you guys have any questions, you know how to find me and ask. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you learned something.